Adeboye Adegoke. I work as program manager for Paradigm Initiatives Digital Rights Program in Anglophone West Africa. Paradigm Initiative works around the subject of digital rights and digital inclusion. Digital inclusion in terms of building capacity of young underserved Nigerians in underserved areas, and enabling them, empowering them with the power of ICT to develop relevant skills, to build their entrepreneurship skills, their financial skills, so that they can, escape poverty. So what we do basically is just to use the power of ICT to empower young underserved youths to come out of poverty and to be able to live a meaningful life. So digital rights and freedom basically came up to assert the rights of young Nigerians who want to do positive things on the internet, who wants to innovate, to have their rights protected, to have their rights asserted, and most importantly, it's also an amplification of the Chapter 4 of the Nigerian Constitution, because right in the Nigerian Constitution, the rights that citizens have are already outlined. But then in the digital age, how do we interpret that? And that's what Digital Rights and Freedom Bill is doing, to interpret those rights that are already provided for by the Constitution as it applies to the digital age. So the objectives of the bill are: number one, it guarantees the freedom of expression and association online. It also protects the right to privacy, especially in the age of surveillance. Another thing it does is that it also provides a framework around interception of communication. If you have been noticing, you probably have been seeing a lot of cases around leaked audio tapes of people's telephone conversation. Typically, people's right to telephone conversation is guaranteed. Like, nobody should have access to people's telephone conversation. But then, for security purposes, for the cases of criminal investigation, there are possibility of providing access to maybe security agencies to be able to aid their work. But that cannot just be done anyhow. So what this bill does is that it provides, it outlines the guidelines, how to go about it, circumstances that can warrant it, and it provides, which is very, very important, it provides what we call judicial oversight, so that it is not just anyhow thing that anybody just wakes up because I don't like your face, I want to know who you are talking to, so that I can find an excuse to implicate you. Most importantly, it will also equip the judiciary in adjudicating over issues of human rights online. Because it's a new area, it's a gray area, and it's one that judiciary also needs, because when you go to court for any case, judgments are made based on what exists in the law. So if there is no law that specifies some things, there is nothing you can do about it. So as far as the bill is concerned, that is what it seeks to achieve. First, it gives me confidence, because if there is a law duly passed by the National Assembly and assented to by the President, I know that a policeman cannot just accuse me of being a cyber criminal because I have a laptop in my car. So that's very, very important. Now, what does confidence do, especially to young people? Confidence gives you it removes the climate of fear. And what climate of fear does is that it stifles innovation. You cannot innovate when you are afraid. So when you have a sense of freedom, a sense of liberty, it increases your chances of innovating, coming up with fresh ideas. And fresh ideas is what lead to the Facebook of this world, the Twitter of this world, are product of imaginative thinking in an atmosphere of freedom and liberty. One of that important benefit, which I think the government is going to like, is the fact that FDI, foreign direct investment, this bill will attract foreign direct investment. How? The big technology companies in the world, one of the things they consider before they invest in a country is the regulatory environment. Do you have laws that protect their business? Do you have laws that is confidence boosting in terms of, because no organization or no company wants to come and invest in a country whereby somebody can just wake up one morning and say, give us access to all your customers' information without any basis. You understand? And in technology business, the most important thing is users' trust. The only reason why I will put my card details on a platform is probably because I trust that platform, that if I buy something online, for example, they are not going to use the details I've inputted against me. Now, when that user's trust is broken, I'm not likely to go back to that platform. For example, if I don't trust that whatever information I share with the service provider online is going to be confidential, then I don't want to go and do business there. Now, in an atmosphere of no regulation, of no law that protects the confidentiality of those transactions, investors are going to be scared. They don't have the confidence to come and invest, because if somebody can just wake up to say, oh, yeah, give us the details of this person, you can't guarantee users' trust in that kind of atmosphere. So with users' trust, there is going to be investment. And what is going to guarantee users' trust when we know that there is a law that ensures that nobody just gain unjustified access to your transactions, to the data you are sharing with telecommunications company and all of that. Okay, so in the Digital Rights and Freedom Bill, in clause 15, subclause 11, it speaks to content that may be restricted online. Because if you look at the bill basically is trying to say, to guarantee rights. It's trying to say that you cannot restrict people's access, but there are always exceptions. Exceptions in terms of protecting young people, children and all of that. So one of the things the bill does, one of the exceptions that this bill has given, is to say that the regulator, for example, can restrict access to some sites. For example, sites promoting online children pornography. Access can be restricted. Also, the bill also provides exceptions. So while the bill was guaranteeing freedom of expression, the bill also touched on the subject of hate speech. So while the bill says you have a right to express yourself, your opinion, the bill also wants that you cannot promote hate speech or incite violence. There will be punishment, there will be repercussion. So that is an important aspect of the bill that Nigeria needs to look like. So my message to citizens is that don't say because Nigeria has a digital rights and freedom law, I can do and undo, I can say whatever I like. The bill makes sure that there is punishment for hate speech. So the bill right now is it's before the president. It has been passed by both the Senate and the Federal House of Representatives, and they have transmitted the bill to the president on February 5, 2019. So, what is the status of the bill now is that it is awaiting presidential assent, which is just for the president to make a decision whether he's signing the bill into law or rejecting it. But we expect him to sign it, because it's even good for his image and for his programs. There are organizations who cannot speak directly on the bill because of their own policy not to interfere in policy process in other countries. But they are positively disposed to the bill, and they are hoping the president will sign this bill. So we have a lot of organizations that are kind of rooting for the president to sign the bill. There have been a lot of even media releases on different organizations calling on the president to sign the bill. The technical community, the private sector are all asking the president to sign the bill.